Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Whiskey at Work. Here we are in our studio, close together. We all took our temperatures before we came in, though, right? We have to do that every day down here, don't we?
Yes.
To make
I mean,
sure
I took my temperature this morning.
Do you do it when you get to work, too, or just when in the morning when you get up, you don't?
No, when I get it.
Too?
No, only do it at work. I don't check my temperature at home and then come here 5 minutes later and check my temperature again.
Well, that could change. I mean, there's lots that happens physiologically. Is that a word?
Yes. But you know what's not? Normality. That is not a word.
No, it's still not a word?
No.
That.
Oh, man. Yeah, so we do our due diligence down here at work, and we make sure we're all healthy and ready to go. And I think we're feeling good. Has everybody felt good? Everybody?
Well, I felt better than I before.
I mean,
Why?
I've
Just
taken
because?
A few sips of this, and I no longer have a tolerance to alcohol, so I'm feeling really good.
Why? You know, we were talking a little bit about that before we got started here. So, can we ask what happened, Kelsey? Why the
bar's closed.
Is that really the reason?
Yeah,
Really?
100%.
Stopped
The
the rest
bar's
of us.
closed, and then I just stayed inside my house and I'm still not really leaving going to work.
So your drinking then was more of a. I mean, you would consider yourself a social drinker.
I'm a
then.
social drinker.
Okay.
I will drink at home occasionally. I'll have wine with dinner, or after a long, hard day,
Like today.
I'll have whiskey at home. But
you just kind of cut it out because of the whole quarantine
I
and
just
everything.
kind of
huh?
forgot about it.
What? How do you forget about this
know, I
delicious?
know.
That's what kept some of us alive during the quarantine.
Did you find yourself going through more bottles, Rob?
Yeah.
It was a long.
I think my
Were
wife
you
will
counting the bottles in the head. Or?
my wife will confirm that. Yeah, the liquor store stayed open, so thank God. But yeah, there's my liquor cabinet is got a lot more space in it now than it did 3 months ago.
Well, and that seems to be. It seems now that everything around here, anyway, is kind of feeling a little bit more back to normal. I think. I haven't been out. I know you have been. Have you gone anywhere since? I mean, like you normally would have in the past 3 months. Have you done anything?
I've been to a couple thrift stores.
Oh, well, that didn't fit with any of this, but sure.
Well,
okay.
That's really all I. That's really all I.
All you had the energy for was to go out and go to a thrift store. Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I can't do the big stores right now. I can't.
You're still not comfortable with that?
It has nothing to do with the virus, if we're being totally honest. I've just determined what it feels like to not be that close to people that often, and I like it.
And it feels pretty good,
yeah,
honestly.
no more big stores. I'm not going back to the bar.
Well, we decided to get back on our regional whiskeys here with Whiskey at Work. And this one I have had in my office, boy, going back probably to last fall, I believe, is when I think I brought this in.
Really?
It's been at least that long, yeah. I have, my mother-in-law's brother lives in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And my mother-in-law, big fan of the show, one of our first true fans of the show.
Still one of our own.
She could be.
It's a select group.
It is. She reached out to him and showed him one of our videos, and he said, you know what, I have the perfect whiskey to send out with you to give to these guys to do on your show. And so that's what we're doing here today on this edition of Whiskey at Work is Cedar Ridge Bourbon. This has brought up a lot of questions for me when I first got a bottle of it that I never had thought of before. Kentucky is known for bourbon. Bourbon has to be 51% corn. Iowa is known for corn.
70% corn.
At least.
30% people.
At least. So why isn't Iowa the capital of bourbon country? Oh. You know, if that's where all of the world's, or our nation's at least, best corn supposedly comes from, what's taking them so long to put out something like this?
Is that true, or are you just making that
I don't know.
statistic
Well,
up
they
on
have they do great marketing
corn do
there, I
they
guess.
have?
They've got a lot of corn.
Nebraska's known
They
as
have
the
potatoes.
Cornhusker state.
That Idaho.
That's Idaho. Potatoes, Idaho. We're going to do vodka. We'll do that. We'll do some other series of that later.
I've forgotten what to do with my hands, you guys. Like, I don't remember how to sit here anymore. I keep putting them behind my back like I'm being arrested, which is a little weird.
It's not a good time for that.
Yeah, that is true. Nebraska, though, would be the Cornhusker But isn't Iowa's really known
I think
for
everybody
its
from
corn,
Iowa
right?
is really a Cornhusker fan anyway.
Are you
so-
from
That could
Iowa? How many pieces of corn have you seen?
Probably.
Send it to us.
Well, I'm sure they've got the corn.
Send us your corn.
Your corn, your corn knowledge, please. We would like to know.
And also the physical corn.
So, but you do have to think, why was Kentucky known for? Why did it really take off from there? But a place like Iowa, that's known for the main ingredient in bourbon, recently, because this distillery was the first distillery since Prohibition in the state of Iowa, and it opened in 2005.
Wow.
Exactly. So what happened there?
Are they like really religious in Iowa?
I know.
Is there a-
Well,
Children of the Iowa corn.
I don't know. That's a really good question. But anyway, that's the.
Just wondering if those were some of the barriers and like what kind of liquor laws do they have?
Sure.
They have more than a dozen of them now as of a couple years ago. So they're coming along. They're seeing the value in the tourist industry and the tourists that distilleries can bring. So they're coming along, and I do think there was a law change that helped that along.
Oh, well,
here
then
even more recently.
That would make sense.
But that doesn't explain
The large
70
gap.
years of when was Prohibition?
Yeah, well, it would have been the 20s, right?
So almost 80 years.
Right around there. Well, this distillery, like I said, came into being in 2005. I think their first bourbon came out in 2010, and it's aged a minimum of 3 years. This particular bourbon is for this drink. They've won some awards. They ended up
You leaving?
No, I'm just trying to situate myself.
You're sliding off the.
I was wondering too if she's like, you know what, you guys, I'm just done.
Just walk out.
Yeah, this is
Turns
taking
out I
way too
didn't
much
miss
time.
this or you guys. See you later.
Anyway, it's interesting. It's very. The first taste I had of it was, you could taste the sweet corn in it for me. I got that right away. I added water to mine.
I did not get that right away. I get it now.
I think the water helped. Neat. It was a little tough.
That's what I thought too.
It
Nice.
smelled more like moonshine than.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
It smelled like it had. It was
Right,
pretty
hang
hot.
on, mister.
I didn't think it smelled like that, but I felt like it
It tasted that way. Yeah. Did I say smelled?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And
It
now-
tasted. It had a lot of burn
fine.
to it in the beginning.
I have a much more refined palate than either one of these two, because there is absolutely
for
there is absolutely no moonshine smell or taste to this.
No
None.
smell.
None at all.
The
try
initial-
some neat. It's,
The initial taste was
maybe.
fairly harsh.
yeah.
With water, I agree with you. It's a lot better, and I didn't put much water in it, but
Well, then you've had it over ice here for 5, 7, 8 minutes. What
Yeah.
what has it done for you?
I
with
really
the ice?
like it now. Now it's much easier to drink and I can taste the sweetness, but initially it was
a little hot.
a little overbearing.
Okay, well, we
I
know that.
I can't believe the one thing that you didn't say about this bourbon is that the family that owns the distillery
yes,
actually
that's right.
raises their own corn.
It's like right there behind the distillery, isn't it?
It's-
the
it's-
cornfield.
It's well, it's in a different town, but
What do you say, Jeff? Time for another barrel.
are we roasting this one or are
And
we
he comes around
making
the
some
corner,
sour mash?
the big old barrel, and then they shuck it.
What
do they do to it?
From there,
Shuck it. I think. I don't know.
I don't think
thing.
you. No, I think you
sounds like
detassel
you ain't been
corn.
drinking much either.
What?
Detassel?
De-tassel? No,
think
it's
that's-
shucked.
No, you shuck
Who-
it. Well, you could probably
Who
shuck
says
a
de-tasseled?
You have
I
to take
think
the
that's
tassel off.
yeah. No, I mean I think people do that. I think that's like a job.
That's
You go
shucking.
to
That's the whole
tassel
thing comes off.
corn.
What do you just take the tassel off, leave the leaves on? No, you shuck
I don't
it.
know. We'll have to.
When was the last time
my
you
goodness.
shucked some corn?
It's been quite a while since I've
Still got it.
done any sort of physical labor involving vegetables, but I don't.
not what
I know
you-
it's called shucking.
It's like shucking. You know, like you shuck an oyster.
Okay, what's funner
Corn
to
is
say?
just like
What's funner to say?
shuck.
De-tassel or shuck? Yeah, I think we
funner.
can agree on that
Because
one.
that's the measure of whether or not something's correct.
Yeah, but that's the deal. The fields that that go into this corn are part of the family that owns the distillery that makes this whiskey. It's their corn.
Yep.
That's got to be pretty rare to say.
Farmed by Winthrop, Iowa, and
Mm-hmm.
the distilleries in Swisher.
Swisher.
Also
Shucking and
fun to
Swisher.
say.
They do all the de-tasseling in Swisher.
Okay, I think we're going to go from swallowable to shucking and Swisher if we can. We want
Oddly,
that
it sounds
shirt.
dirtier.
Which one? The shucking and Swisher?
Yeah, it sounds way more dirty than swallowable.
I'm sorry, we've copyrighted that. That's going to be on our T-shirt. Sorry, Swisher, Iowa, but you can't. Was it Swisher?
I don't want my
Yes?
name on it.
Swisher. Okay.
Welcome to the
Not
new normalcy.
copywriting
It's going to be shucking and Swisher, and then it's swallowable right across the back. So we're going to sell them at the rally, and we're going to make $1 million. All right. So what do you guys think? This is available by Johnson Distributing, by the way, which they have around Rapid City here. So you may be able to find this in town.
Well, it's available in a dozen states surrounding Iowa, I
But
think.
South Dakota for sure, so you don't have to go all
South
the way to
Dakota
Iowa.
was represented by Johnson Brothers, and as were a lot of other states. There was a state or two there. It was Republic National,
Okay.
which I thought was a little weird. but
Sure, but you can find it. It should be, if you're looking for, and I would, recommend as long as it's relatively affordable. I have a feeling with whiskeys like this, they kind of bump up the price a little bit because it's not mass marketed, really. But if you could find this for under $50, I suppose, or
That'd be my guess as to a price point. Yeah.
would you buy it for under $50?
For under $50,
Yeah.
would I buy it again?
Yes.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably
Kelsey?
not.
Probably
Though
not?
I am really starting to enjoy it.
If somebody gifted it to you,
Would I?
Would I drink it?
Would I
Yes.
sell it for less than $50?
It's the going rate on Facebook Marketplace.
all right.
If it was gifted to me, I would certainly drink it.
Okay, it is. It's.
Is this gifted to me?
No, it is absolutely not gifted to you.
Wow.
I know how long it takes you to Venmo anything, so
Why
no, that
you
has
ask?
not been.
I Venmo
Gifted.
instantly. You couldn't figure out how to get on Venmo is what happened.
I've got money from her in my account that she sent me while we were sitting there having the conversation, not knowing that she
Yes.
was Venmoing me. And then I got an email,
Yeah.
and now I have to figure out how to get it off of Venmo.
But
That's
your
my account.
problem, because
Problem.
now
You-
I have $5 and I don't have to go to the ATM.
And now I have the promise of $5
You
that
kids
I
and
don't
your
know how to get
digital
access
currency
to
nowadays. Just put a couple 20s on the counter and let's call it good. All right.
from the guy that doesn't carry cash.
Don't carry a dime. Anyway, where can they find us, Kelsey? Do you remember where you can find
You
this
can
little
find
show?
us. You can find us at Whiskey at Work on
that was coming.
Facebook. Whiskey without the E.
Nope, it's with the E.
With the E. And on Instagram, you can find us at Whiskey at Work, Whiskey without the E. And I'm not even going to say that stupid URL.
The stupid website name. I know.
I'm not a part of that.
It's whiskey-at-work.com. Jeff in Texas.
Thanks, Jeff.
Still not happy with you, buddy. Maybe someday
Somebody
you'll give
forward this to the guy that owns that domain and
Please.
make him feel guilty.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this edition of Whiskey at Work, and we're going to be back next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, if we can round up the scotches that we're looking for to do the
What are
5
we looking
regions.
for?
Well, I'm looking for 2 more regions that I haven't been able to find around here for scotch. So we're going to try to get on
Can
that.
we wear kilts?
I don't know.
Can you bring me a kilt?
Yeah, we're both going
I
to
don't
need
have.
I'd wear a kilt
I don't have one.
every
I feel
day.
like I could fashion us something out of like some curtains.
If you could do that, we'll wear them. Absolutely. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next week. It's not the shucking.
De-tasseling is removing the immature pollen-producing bodies, the tassel, from the tops of corn and placing them on the ground. It's a form of pollination control. So it's
Okay.
probably not.
It has nothing to do with the
not
getting
part
to
of
the
the
corn to
shucking.
eat it. Right.
Do you shuck it?
You shuck.
You do
You
shuck
do
it.
shuck it.